कांचन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay, Hare Krishna, let's begin. So can anybody summarize or sing the Bhishma Stuti till the verse we completed in the last class? Who wants to try? Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Shri Bhishma Uvacha Idi Matirupakalpita Vitroshta Bhagavati Satvata Pangrave Bhumni Sasakamapagate Kvachit Vihartam Prakritimapeshiyat Pravaha त्रिभुवनकमनं तमानवर्णं रविकरकौरवरम्बरं ददाने उर्वरककुलवृताननाब्जं विजयसखेरतिरस्तु मे अनवद्य इति तरकरजो विदुम्रविश्व गजललिताश्रमवार्यरङ्कृतस्य मम निशितशरैर्विद्यमान त्वचिरसत्कवचेस्तु कृष्णात्मा सपदि सखीवशो निशम्य मध्ये निजपरयोर्वरयोरतं निवेश स्थितवती परसैनिकैरत्न रतवती पार्थसखेरतेर्पमास्तु विवाहितव्रतनामकं निरीक्ष्य स्वचनवतात्विकस्य दोषबुद्ध्या कुमतिमहरदात्मविद्येश्चरणरति परमासितश्चिमेस्तु स्वनिगममपहैमत्प्रतिज्ञ ऋतमधिकर्तुमप्लुतो रतस्य धृतरथचरणोऽभ्याच्चलात्कु हरिर्वहन्त्यमिवं गतोत्तरीय
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. So,
Thank you.
So today we will begin with the next verse. We will continue. Shri Bhishma Vacha Shitavishikah to Vishina Dhamsha Kshataj Pariplutat Taino Me Prasabhamabhisasara Madvadhartam Sabhavatu me Bhagavan Gatir Mukunda. So what does this mean is Shita Vishika Hatu Vishirna Damsa. So what did Bhishma Dev do in the battlefield? He was worshipping the Lord in Viryaras, we all know, chivalrous bhav, right? So he was continuously shooting arrows, and with the sharp arrows, he was always trying to cause wound on the, on Krishna's body, right? That's what he's trying to say. That on the battlefield, he charged me as if he's angry because of the wound dealt by my sharp arrow, right? Because he was continuously wounding Krishna with his sharp arrows, and that is the form of love, expression of love, it is, right? And then his shield was scattered. So what did Bhishma do with his arrows? He destroyed the shield, or the in a we all wear armors, no? When we go to warfield, all the soldiers wear, no? So that was completely destroyed by Bhishma Dev's arrows. Not just wounding, he also destroyed the shield of Krishna. And his body was smeared with blood due to my wounds, right? So he's recalling what he was doing in the battlefield and how he was worshipping the Lord. If a common person reads this, right, a non-devotee, they will think there is something adharma happening between Bhishma and Krishna. They don't understand. Bhishma Dev, in Prabhupada writes in the purport that when Bhishma Dev is throwing arrows, right, at Krishna, they were appearing like rose petals. When it touched the body of Krishna, it was actually rose petals, and Krishna was smiling and enjoying the wounds, enjoying the arrows. Because he knows very well, in the material world, there is good and bad. But in the spiritual world, there is no good, there is no bad. There is only Shuddha Sattva. There is only devotional service. There is only love, right? And Bhishma is from the spiritual world. He's from Vaikuntha, and Krishna is the Lord, right? So he was only trying to love the Lord, and Krishna knows that, right? Krishna knows that very well. That's why Prabhupada writes, do not imitate, because we are all not in the stage where we can understand wholeheartedly what exactly is happening between Bhishma Dev and Krishna. Prabhupada also writes, right, the wounds caused by Bhishma Dev on Krishna's body is actually like love bite, right? So love bite actually doesn't pain, it seems, right? It's given in the purport. You can go back and read this particular purport. It's given, but it's just done for pleasure, right? So the wounds happening caused by Bhishma Dev on Krishna's body is also just like love bite. Krishna is taking pleasure out of it. He's enjoying, right? But others, when a non-devotee looks at it, they will not know what is happening. They will completely not know what is happening, and we will also not be able to understand without the purports. If you try to read and understand what is happening here in Bhishma Suti, you will not be able to understand. We need a guru to explain, right? That's very, very important. And then the three main words we already discussed, right? The three main words in the entire Bhishma Suti. Anyone remembers? What are the three main keywords?
Vidhi, Mati, Gati.
Haribol, very nice. Mati, Rati, and Gati. Mati, Rati, Gati. Okay. So Mati is what? The meaning?
The intelligence.
Sorry?
Intelligence.
Intelligence of mind.
Mind. Yeah. Mati means mind, intelligence. Yes. Okay. And then Rati means what?
Prema, love.
Yeah. Attraction or love. Right? Love and attraction for the Lord. And then what is Gati?
Destination.
Destination, the ultimate destination. So Gati is introduced in this verse actually. So we were dealing with Mati and Rati in the previous verses. In this verse onward, we will even the third keyword is also introduced, that is Gati. Okay, so what he says, may he, Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who awards salvation. Mukunda means salvation, right? Be my ultimate destination. The giver of salvation is called Mukunda. Anyone who gives liberation is called Mukunda, and we all know nobody can give us liberation other than Krishna. Shiva says, what does he say? Mukti sarvesham Vishnureva na samshayah. Right? Nobody can give us liberation other than Mukunda. That is Krishna, Vishnu, right? Yeah, now anybody wants to recite? You can unmute.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
శితవిశిఖాకతో విసిర్నదంస సదజ బరిపులుతో బరిపులుత అతాదయైని మే ప్రసభం అభిశసార మద్బద్ధార్థం సభవతు మే భగవాన్ గదీర్ ముకుంద.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone else wants to recite?
Yes, Mata.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sri Bhishma Vacha Sita Visita Hato Visirnadamsa Sataja Pariplutos Atati Yaniyoni Prasabam Abhi Sasara Mat Vadartam Satavantu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Mata.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
विष्णुवाच शितविषिकहतविषेणदोष यतज परे प्रदाततायिनो मे प्रसभवभिससरभद्वदार्थम् स भवतु मे भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्द.
Hare Bol. Thank you, Prabhu. So here we need to understand. Here, Atatai no me means what? What is the meaning of no? Any guesses? Anyone?
Aggressive,
Aggressor, right?
sir.
Means aggressor, someone who causes harm to others. Now, Bhishma Dev is calling himself aggressor here. Atataino, right? Why he's calling himself aggressor here? Anyone?
Because he was shooting arrows on his beloved ones.
Yeah, very nice. So anybody who harms a person in any way is called atataino, aggressor, right? Now, because he was shooting arrows, like Prabhu said, and he was not only shooting arrows, he was causing wound and bloodshed and everything in the body of the Lord, right? Here it's given. Body was smeared with blood due to the wounds caused by my sharp arrows. He agrees. Bhishma Dev is agreeing. My sharp arrows. And that's why he's calling himself Atatainome. And then what is happening? Because this is happening, he charged me, and Bhishma Dev is very happy about it. Bhishma Dev is very happy about it. In previous verses we learned, previous classes, the comparison done. Haririva hantumi bham gatottarya. Anyone knows what is the comparison there? Haririva hantumi bham gatottarya. Yeah?
Lion attacking elephant to kill.
Haribol, very nice. So when lion attacks elephant, who is lion and who is elephant here?
Lion is Krishna.
Elephant is Bhishma.
Elephant is Bhishma, lion is Krishna. Right. So, can you imagine how the lion attacks the elephant? Just runs and just comes and jumps. No, lion does not, plan. It doesn't plan. It just goes and attacks directly. Like other animals or anything, it doesn't wait for a time or anything, right? But it just goes and attacks because lion is in tiger, very powerful animals, and when it attacks other herbivores animals, right, because they are considered weak in front of lion, how much ever powerful they are. Elephant is powerful, we all know, right? But how they attack each other, it just goes and jumps, and it's done. One jump and all the deers are gone, lion is gone, all the other animals are gone in front of lion, right? And Bhishma Dev is very, very happy about it, because that is the rasa he wants to give. That is the reciprocation Krishna is giving Bhishma, right? If Krishna said, okay, you hurt me, it's okay, I will not react, then where is the enjoyment? Where is the fun? Where is the reciprocation, right? Any relationship, no? The effect or happiness of that relationship increases, multiplies only if the reciprocation is there, reaction is there from the other party. Right, especially in the spiritual world, if you are serving Krishna, say feeding Krishna, you're offering bhog 6 times in a day, right? And if Krishna is not eating that bhog, then where is the rasa? Right, you will not be interested only to make the bhog the next day. But if Krishna is eating what you're doing, then you can feel it, you will get some kind of happiness. Right, whenever you do some devotional service, say you Krishna has accepted it or Krishna is pleased with it, then immediately after doing that service you will start feeling happy in your heart, some kind of happiness where you can't explain, you can't describe, you can't measure. It's, you can't say whether it is little or more, but some kind of happiness is there in your heart which makes you, compels you to do the service again. You want to do it again, you want to, right? Or there's one more way Krishna reciprocates. He sends compliments through other Vaishnavas. Someone will come and say, oh, this you made, no, this gulab jamun, it's very nice. Right, it's very delicious. Right, and that compliment, that Vaishnava is doing it from the bottom of his heart, because Paramatma is sending the message. Krishna liked it. Krishna doesn't speak to us directly, he speaks only to Vaishnavas. So he's sending that Vaishnava, and what happens, you will encouraged. Right, when someone compliments you, definitely you'll be encouraged, and you want to make it more nicely next time, you want to make more items next time. Right, so this is the reciprocation happening, because Krishna came, attacked him in the form called Chakrapani. Right, he broke his bow. We saw all that in the last class. He took the wheel and he started to attack Bhishma Dev. Bhishma was actually feeling very happy within. Right, he never feared, oh, Krishna is coming with wheel, he will definitely kill me. No, that was not at all there. He was never fearful, rather he was enjoying. Okay, he is enjoying, that's why he is now, counter attacking me. Right, that is called any rasa, no, there is a reciprocation, give and take. And that is what is happening even in Veera ras. Right, even in Veera ras. Yeah, next shloka we will learn. Shri Bhishma Uvacha Vijaya Kutumba Tatotre Dritahaya Rashmini क्षणीये भगवति रतिरस्तु मे मुमुर्षोर् यमिह निरीक्ष्य हतागता स्वरूपम्. Swayam Prabha Mataji, you wanted to sing? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Mataji.
I'll sing after you, Mataji.
Yeah. Vijaya Ratha Kutumba
Vijaya Ratha Kutumba
Atatotre
Atatotre
Dritahaya Rashmini
Dhrutahaya Rashmini
Tachri Kshaniye
Tachire
Kshani
Tachire Kshaniye
Bhagavati Ratirastu
Bhagavati Ratirastu
Me Mumurshor
Me Mumushur
Yamiha Nirikshya
Yamiha Nirikshya
Hatagata Swarupam.
Hatagata Swarupam.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Yes, Arya, you want to sing?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I repeat after you?
Yeah. Vijaya Ratha Kutumba
Vijaya Ratha Kumbha
Atatotre
Atatotre
Dritahaya Rashmini
Dritahaya Rashmini
Tachri Kshaniye
Takshriye Kshaniye
भगवति रतिरस्तु
भगवते रतिरस्तु
मे मुमूर्षोर्
मे मुमुषुर्
यमिह निरीक्ष्य
यमेऽनेक्ष्य
हतागता स्वरूपम्
हतागता स्वरूपम्.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So what does this mean? Vijaya. Vijaya is who? We are
Arjuna.
using this word multiple times in this. And Bhishma addresses Arjuna as Vijaya. Hari Bol. Throughout Bhishma Stati, we can see Arjuna being addressed as Vijaya here. Even Kunti Devi says the same thing, if I'm not wrong. Right? Where she says Arjuna became the winner only because you were his friend. Right? In the last shloka, Shri Krishna Krishna Sakhi Vrishna Vrishabhavani Drig. Right? All my Pandavas, we are all becoming winners only because you were their friend. Right? That's what she says. So here, Vijaya Ratha Kutumba. Kutumba means giving protection. You were always protecting the chariot of Arjuna, Bhishma Dev is saying. Krishna was always protecting the chariot of Arjuna. So this particular verse, right, of Bhishma Dev's singing, it describes the Parthasarathi form of the Lord. Okay, what is Parthasarathi?
Charioteer.
Charioteer. Yes, Arjuna's charioteer. Sarathi is charioteer. Partha Sarathi is Partha is Arjuna. So Arjuna's charioteer, he's got the name Partha Sarathi, and we have in I think near Guruvayur we have Partha Sarathi temple, right? In Guruvayur, very beautiful temple. Right? Just got remembered. Right, so Partha Sarathi form is completely so nicely described by Bhishma Dev here. Why is Bhishma Dev able to describe the form Partha Sarathi, and why is he considered more fortunate than Arjuna when it comes to Partha Sarathi form? Anyone?
He is directly seeing Krishna face to face than Arjuna.
Yeah, Arjuna is seeing the back because Krishna is sitting in front of Arjuna and he's riding the horses and he is taking him to places and things like that. But who is fighting in front of him, opposite party, is Bhishma Dev, right? So Bhishma Dev is constantly seeing Krishna first and then he's seeing Arjuna. Arjuna is behind. Right, first contact is eye to eye contact. First is Krishna, then it is Arjuna. Right, so that's why Bhishma Dev is considered more fortunate because he's constantly relishing throughout Mahabharat war until he was arrested on that bed of arrows. Right, he was constantly in a with Krishna, that too direct. Right, he was just facing the Lord and he was seeing the Lord. And what he was seeing, what kind of form is Parthasarathi form is being described over here. Right, the chariot driver of Arjuna who stood with a whip. Right, he had the whip to control the horses, right? And in his right hand he had Attatotre, means that. Right, in Attatotre, in his right hand he carried a whip and the bridle rope in the left hand. Right, so again, to control the horses we have bridle, right? So bridle was in the left hand and right hand he had a whip and he was riding the horses and controlling the horses. Right, and he was very careful to give protection to Arjuna's chariot by all means. Right, Ratha Kutumba. Kutumba means protection. Right, he was protecting the Ratha of Arjuna by all means. Right, so beautiful. You can visualize the form, no? With the left hand he had a what, right hand he had a whip, left hand he had the bridle. Right, and you can see the Lord, first he already described the clothes and everything, the silk, yellow silk clothes shining, right? And his hair was full of dust raised by the horses when they were walking in the battlefield. And he also had beads of sweat on his forehead decorating him. And not only that, the wounds caused by Vishnu Dev was adding to the beauty. Blood was small, small droplets of blood was also running from those wounds, and still he looked very beautiful. Right, because Krishna is transcendental, he's Achyuta, he doesn't fall from his position whatever happens. Even if he gives up his king's job and become a Shudra's, takes a Shudra's job of chariot driver, he's still the Lord. Nobody can comment on that, right? He's still the Lord. And we all know because Krishna became Arjuna's charioteer, Arjuna won the war. Right? The Pandavas won the war. Right? So those who saw him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained their original forms after death. Yamiha niriksha hatagata Rupam. Right? We already saw this. Hritavati, Stitavati, Parasainikaya Rakshna, Hritavati, Parthasake, Ratirmamastu. Krishna says in the previous verses, right? Hritavati means standing in the battlefield, just by looking, throwing the merciful glances on the opposite party, that is Duryodhana's party, he shortened the lifespan of all the soldiers, and even Bhishma, right? Even Duryodhana, everybody, even Pandava's side, all the soldiers died, right? He shortened the lifespan of all of them mercifully. Had they, like, see, one question most of them ask, why Pandava's side also everybody died? Any answers? Kaurava's side, everybody dying, okay, fine, logically fine, we can reason it. But Pandava's side, they were all supporting Dharma. Why did they also die? Why?
Back to Godhead.
Simple, going back home, back to Godhead. See, when supporting Adharma, if Kauravas and all the soldiers supporting Adharma can go back home, back to Godhead, just because they died in the presence of the Lord, why not people supporting Dharma? They should be going back first, right? Right? So, had Krishna given them more life because they supported Dharma in the material world, they would have gone back home, they would have considered victorious, all the soldiers would have gone back home, and they would have died at their homes or whatever when they get old, or whatever natural death if they had got, then there won't be any Krishna in front of them. There won't be Krishna, right? Because they died in front of Krishna, they went back home, back to Godhead. If Krishna can be merciful to people who do not support Dharma, just imagine how much merciful Krishna will be for people who support Dharma, right? That's why they all, Krishna made sure all of them will die in his presence. Not even one person, apart from the 5 Pandavas, not even one person was alive in the entire Kurukshetra battle. I mean, the ground. Right? Battlefield. That's why, see, Bhishmadev says over here, whoever died in the presence of the Lord on the battlefield, they all attained their Swarupa, they went back to from where they came from, and they all got their constitutional position. They all understood what they are, and they went back home, back to Godhead, right? They whatever they are, they got that constitutional position, and they started serving the Lord in spiritual world in that constitutional position. Much better than suffering here. See, it suffering here in the material world, and it's like it is said. I heard this example many times. Say there is a dried, what do you call that? Cow dung, dried cow dung, okay? Or say there is cow dung lying on the ground. Say on top portion of the cow dung will be, it'll look dried at least because of the sun and all. But if you pick it up and turn it and see, the bottom portion will be wet. Okay, but you cannot say, okay, top portion is dried. Only if bottom portion dries, it can be used as fuel, for fuel. No problem. Just little bit only it should dry. But we need to understand one thing. Ultimately, it is supposed to be burned only. Right? It'll get burnt only. Finally, right? So in the material world, we are all like that. But even, I mean, whatever we are doing, ultimately it's temporary. Whatever we are blessed with, maybe we go to the doctor and doctor says, okay, I will increase your lifespan by giving you this therapy and all that. Maybe, but it's not eternal, no? We are not going to, maybe 2 more years more we will live, or 3 more years more we will live. But one day we all know we have to die. Right? So that's what we need to understand. One day all the soldiers have to die. But why not die in the presence of the Lord and make their death also auspicious? Life became auspicious because they supported Pandavas. Death also became auspicious because they died in front of the Lord. And whoever saw him and died, no, they all went back home, back to Godhead, including Bhishma Dev. So what is the destination of Bhishma Dev? Last shloka we saw Gatir. What is the destination? Anyone? Where did Bhishma Dev go after giving up his body?
Back to
Goloka.
Sorry?
He went back to Goloka.
No, he is not from Goloka. He is not a Goloka personality.
Okay. Lithium. Okay. Correct.
He is from where? He is a Vaikunta personality. He is a denizen of Vaikunta, or an individual who belongs to Vaikunta. Bhishmadev is one of the Ashtavasus. They are all from Vaikunta. They were cursed and they came back. 7 children got delivered. Ganga Mata delivered, but he was the last one and he was about delivered, but it didn't happen. That's why he had to undergo a lot of all this, suffering in the material world, and then finally he went back home, back to Godhead. That is Vaikunta, right? And which Vaikunta did he go to? Anyone? Yes, which Vaikunta? There are multiple Vaikunta planets, no? Hundreds and thousands of those golden round that you see in Goloka chart, they're all Vaikunta planets. Yes?
Their presiding deity is Parthasarathi.
Haribol, very nice. See, because Bhishma Dev was meditating only on the Parthasarathi form of the Lord, because he didn't see any other form, no? He was only seeing that form in the battlefield, constantly meditating. That, in fact, that is the first, he met Krishna multiple times, but it was only some 10 minutes, 15 minutes interaction. But only in the war field, he got constant association of Krishna, and it was only in Parthasarathi form, right? So that only sat in his mind. He completely meditated on the Parthasarathi form, and when he left the body, even in Bhishma Stuti, he completely glorifies only the Parthasarathi form, whatever happened in the battlefield, right? And when he sees the Lord, and then he leaves the body, and he goes to the Vaikunta planet where Krishna is in the form, or Vishnu is in the form of Parthasarathi. Right? So there are multiple Vaikunta planets. In each planet, there is one form of the Lord. In one Vaikunta, there's Vasudeva. In one Vaikunta, there's Aniruddha. In one Vaikunta, there is Pradyumna. Right? So like that, he went to a Vaikunta planet where Krishna is in the form of Parthasarathi. Okay? So this is what we need to understand. Yeah, anyone wants to chant this verse?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Vijayarada Kudumba Atatotre Dhritahayarasmini Tachariyaksheniyam Bhagavati Ratirastu me Mumurso Yamihanir Ikshaya Gada Swarubam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Arya.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shri Bhishma Uvacha Vijayarata Kutambata Tuture Nrityaye Rasmini Taj Shri Krishne Bhagavati Ti Ratirastu Me Mamusur Yamniha Nirkshaya Hatagata Swarupam. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you. Vanaja Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Sri Bhishma Uvacha Vijayarata Kutumba Atatotre Dhritahaya Rashmini Tachriyakshaniye Bhagavati Ratirastu Me Mumursor Yam Iha Nirikshaya Hatagata Swarupam. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay, anyone wants to recite or we will end?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Vijayarata Kudumba Atatotre Dhritahaya Rashminita Sri Kshaniya भगवतिरतिरस्तु मे मुमूर्षोर् ये मिह निरीक्षण हता गता स्वरूपम्.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So we will complete in 2 classes. Maybe we will complete this. Thank you all for joining. Any questions? Anybody? No questions? Okay, we can end then. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंतकोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा. Thank you all.